So what a season Salah and Liverpool are having. Well, let's now get a fan's perspective with Josh Sexton from the Anfield Wrap. Josh, good afternoon to you. You were at Anfield last night. We heard Jamie O'Hara say there that the title is done. Did that feel like the win that has clinched it?
I think so, yeah, and I think it was the moment that belief came into Anfield, really. It was the first time, certainly I've noticed this season en masse anyway, that Liverpool fans have sung, we're going to win the league and now you're going to believe us. So I think, we're all still cautiously optimistic. Liverpool, of course, been stung in the past in these title races, but feeling like it should all be sewn up now.
Yeah, because, 6 of the remaining games are at Anfield as well. Can you see any way that this side could slip up in the run-in?
I'd be very surprised. Like, the evidence this season suggests that Liverpool aren't going to, and that even if they are, the times when Liverpool have had slight blips this season, where they've maybe drawn when people weren't expecting them to draw, Arsenal have gone and dropped points and sort of, kept Liverpool at real arm's length at the top of the table there. So, yeah, I'd be very shocked if there was able to be that turnaround, really, because Liverpool look so imperious and Arsenal look so flawed.
And we've got a graphic here which shows the earliest title wins in terms of games left. It's a record which Liverpool already currently hold. The gap at 13 points right now. They're on course to win it with 4 games left this season. Can you believe quite how dominant that they've been this season?
No, to be honest, like it has been a surprise to me, but I don't know if it should have been, really. Like, we maybe had to listen to our old manager Jurgen Klopp a bit more, because he said, particularly in his public address to Anfield at the end of last season when he was departing the club, that he thinks the squad is brilliant. He thinks the squad's in a good place. He thinks the new manager can come in full of momentum, and that if we all believe, as we always did under Jurgen Klopp, that we could go on to great things. So I think probably not enough of us did believe, but that belief is certainly there now, and we're all starting to feel like we're on the precipice of that greatness.
Yeah, and Liverpool, they broke the 100 goals mark last night as well. Lots of stats to throw at you. The 4th fastest side in the top 5 leagues to do that. Where would you say that this team ranks in terms of the great sides that you've watched at Anfield?
If the stats are all suggesting Liverpool are great, you can keep throwing them at me all day, to be honest. But it's hard to say. Like, it's, ultimately great sides are decided by dynasties and trophy wins and things like that. And Liverpool are yet to win a trophy, but, they're in a League Cup final to come. They've got the Premier League trophy on the horizon. So it feels like this is a team that can go on to achieve so much this season. And then we'll just see what the future holds. But I love this team. I love watching this team at the moment. Going to Anfield and watching them play has been an absolute pleasure. And it was the same again last night.
Yeah, and what about the treble then? Because the talk is now turning to winning a treble. Is there a belief amongst the supporters that they will do it?
I think it's probably early to say, because we've been trying to get the sort of league sewn up first, almost in our minds. Like, it's almost like we're trying to do what the players and manager always say, and take it one game at a time. But the League Cup final is obviously the first one that we'll have the proper opportunity to win, and we feel like we've got the league sewn up now. So why can't we go on and win the Champions League? I think we'll all be full of confidence. It's a tough draw. We're on the tougher side of the draw, as you've mentioned. So it's going to be a challenge. But every challenge Liverpool have faced this season, they've managed to knock down with aplomb. So I'm expecting similar in the Champions League, or hoping for anyway.
Yeah, so do you think that will be the biggest challenge to winning the treble, given that they are on that tricky side of the Champions League draw?
I think so now, yeah, but purely because, the Premier League should be the real biggest challenge. It's the 38-game season. The Premier League, I think, is in a better place than it's ever been, even if, the title race hasn't necessarily been as exciting as people want to be. In the top end of the Premier League, it hasn't been, as exciting and packed with quality as people want it to be. I think, top to bottom, it is the league with the most depth in the world. So really, that should be the trickiest to win over the course of a season. Liverpool have proven they've got Champions League pedigree. They've reached so many Champions League finals under Klopp. So if Slot can keep that same momentum going in the way that he has in the league, and as I mentioned, in the way that sort of Jurgen Klopp promised and tried to remind us Liverpool fans of, who Liverpool have always been, then hopefully we can be looking at Champions League success come the end of the season too.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that before the start of the season, not many people would be predicting that Arne Slot would be so close to becoming only the 2nd Liverpool manager to win the title in over 30 years. Did you ever think that this was possible when he came in to succeed Jurgen Klopp?
No, but again, that might just be because we probably underestimated him a little bit. We maybe overestimated the job that he'd have to do in replacing Jurgen Klopp, because the squad was so good. It felt like there was going to be, a period of transition, or at least we we were ready to allow the manager a period of transition, but he's not needed that. He's proven his managerial pedigree, which maybe we all didn't realise, because I don't think there can be a ton of Liverpool fans who can attest to having watched him proficiently in the Dutch league. So it feels like he's proven his credentials as a coach now. He's proven his credentials as a manager, and he is obviously a huge reason why Liverpool are going to go on to achieve the success we all think they can achieve now.
And I don't know if you heard Jamie O'Hara earlier. He said that Mo Salah, not only the best player in the world right now, he's the best right winger in Premier League history. Is that a sentiment that you agree with?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't expect to come on here today and be agreeing with Jamie O'Hara, but I think I have to echo his sentiments. I think Salah is the best right winger the Premier League has ever seen. I think he's the best player in the world right now. I understand that there's so much talent around the world, particularly when you look at other teams in the Champions League with the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Obviously, you look at Vinicius Junior, probably should have won the Ballon d'Or last year. City, missing Rodri this season, but Rodri being such a great player. But Mo Salah, I would say, is right up there in the season that he's having when Rodri is injured, and when maybe Real Madrid have sort of had a slow start to the season. It feels like Mo Salah will hopefully be recognised for how good he has been at some point. And when he does leave the Premier League, maybe Premier League fans will finally come around to that viewpoint too, and absence will make the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. Before you go, we've just got to get your take on Liverpool Women's side sacking Matt Beard, 7th in the table. Of course, it was his second time back at the club. He did really well bringing them back up from the Championship. What do you make of the situation there?
Yeah, it's interesting timing, really. It sounds like he's left the club rather than been fired, so that sort of speaks to maybe something going on behind the scenes. So obviously you hope all is okay there with sort of Matt in terms of personal circumstances. But he's been a brilliant servant to Liverpool Football Club in his 2 tenures at Liverpool with Liverpool Women. He's got us back from the championship up into the WSL, so he's been brilliant in this stint as well. But I think it's a chance for Liverpool to start afresh now. One of the things that with Matt is that it feels like he's taken this team sort of as far as it can go. It felt like it had hit its ceiling last season in finishing in that top 4 in the WSL. So hopefully they can go with a sort of younger and hungry manager with a bit more of a positive outlook in a football sense now, and that can drive them back onto that next level.
Josh, great to get your thoughts. Thank you for joining us this lunchtime.
Thank you very much.